Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at TRB, and this coin has swept a lot of previous liquidity levels and also wrecked a lot of shorts. So be very careful shorting this coin. We're going to talk a little bit about best practice and what to do in situations like this when coins take off like they have. Now, previously we've done very well with this coin, but we also got bit too. So truth is, this coin can actually do a lot of strong movements here, if you can see this guy, where you expect the price to pull back once it breaks that previous liquidity, and it just comes back down to retest as a support. Okay, so we'll talk about that and much more and see if this is a potential reality here now that we swept this lower liquidity level there and effectively understand best practice and big picture. So if you're new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I just really love teaching people to trade. I hope you can learn something here today. You want to become a better trader or trade alongside me, I share all of my trade signals with you. Is my premium group. Okay, so link down below. ICP, we took 60%, 82% on previous ICP trade. Gala 105, ID 33%. We did take a stop loss here from Solana, so I just need you to understand nobody's perfect, and it's important to recognize taking smaller, less often stop losses is important. Okay, those are things that we work on too. But ID 65%. I mean, add all this stuff together, absolutely still in the green. So again, congrats to my community members. And good morning to you as well. Thanks again. I have an awesome group here. If you guys want to jump on over, the Discord, Telegram, and Twitter are all available down below. So with TRB, let's go ahead and talk about the bigger picture. Daily time frame and work our way down. We can see we got this nice staircase pattern. So this price is essentially working itself over, right? Nice little corrective pattern here as well to give us a reset. So TD sequential, we're basically off to a fresh start here. Okay, so great news is this fourth previous candlestick is lower, so we're basically resetting at a number one. Okay? What that basically just means is that today's day number one of potential of 9 more days of continuation. You can see in its history, it hits 9s consistently and then massive amounts of overtime. Okay, so do not for 1 second think that if we come up to a 9th day of continuation for this coin, it's just going to pull back. It doesn't necessarily do that. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some other things here. And this is a kind of a stark reality here with a lot of trading in crypto. Anytime you break through 70 on the RSI, a lot of times the price will come back down, either bounce off 70 or break below. Now that we've gotten that bounce, we can see the price is here to stay. Okay. That concurrently with the money flow index being very high, you can see here as well, with a lot of money flow into this coin, we have a much stronger likelihood the price is going to maintain itself and continue upwards. Okay. So please recognize, just because we're overextended does not mean it's going to pull back instantly. Let's take a quick look at the moving averages and see we're up over the 20, 200, and the 50. So the truth is here, price action is not going to stop until it breaks below the 20 at the very least. Okay, because if you look at its history, it's maintained itself above the 20 almost the entire time. A couple of small little closures right there at that level, but for the most part, holding the 20-day in place. That's an important indication of a strong coin. Okay, so please note the coin is much more likely to increase than decrease from here now that we swept that liquidity. Speaking of liquidity, let's talk about this here. I get the question a lot, hey, what does it mean? Well, a lot of times with liquidity, you'll see a retest that level to sweep the shorts and the price action to reverse itself. A lot of times that happens. Now, this hasn't done that. And in fact, this coin has done this the exact opposite in most cases. It'll consistently resweep its liquidities. In other words, the price comes up here, wicks up, retests that level, sweep. Price comes up, rise again, swept. Okay. We got this small amount of liquidity here. It's not a massive amount, but somewhere between 118 and 120, we have had a small amount of liquidity there. Keep in mind, we have a similar scenario here as well, where the lower liquidity levels haven't been fully swept yet. So there's a chance we could see the price pull back. We take a look at Elliott Wave. These are the different scenarios in which we could see play out. Again, that's if this is the top. This isn't the top just yet. You see the dotted line? That implies we're not quite there yet. Okay? But what Elliott Wave is a really awesome, basically theory that applies to well, not swing trades, all trades, but it works best with swing trading, I've noticed, at least on the 4-hour. And the reason why it's beneficial is because it establishes 3 higher highs and 2 higher lows. That's how you get your 5 pattern. And then it's going to follow that with an ABC. So hypothetically, the price pulls back now and comes down to our A. This is going to be a lower low. It's going to be lower than the most recent low. And then it's going to establish a higher low. And then it's going to establish a lower low again. Okay, so the ABC pattern is the way back down, because anything that goes up must come down, right? There's typically always some type of fallout. We may not be there yet, but if this is the top, we can expect 98, 89.50, and $81 to be potentially retested before the price action recovers. Okay, a lot of times it's just followed by a dead cat bounce. The price comes down, bounces, and continues lower. Okay, So just know that's kind of a potential reality there. Is it 100%? No, but it certainly is a reality. And talking about realities here, a lot of times a 1 week close is an area in which you'll see the price action gravitate towards. Okay, so hypothetically, this week we could very well see the price action inevitably pull back down to this level here. That's why this level at 0.382 is a common retracement zone, because it's oftentimes correlated with the weekly close. Okay, so just something to kind of think about there. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame as well with the MACD and RSI. RSI is cranking again. We're up over 70 on the RSI, and in its past, you can see when it performs above 70, it stays up there for some time. So what this the average time here was what, September? That was about roughly 2 trading days here, 1 trading day there, about two. So for the most part, it averages about between 1 to 2 days above 70 on the RSI. The reason why that's important to recognize is because it stays overextended for some time before it pulls back. So right now, a lot of folks are probably considering a short because it just broke its most recent high. But all the more reason to wait for a better opportunity. So to me, I'm going to consider waiting for a little bit longer, and the price comes up to that 130 range, then I'll consider a short. Okay. Again, I'm going to reevaluate. I'm not just going to jump in because I set the alert, but it's definitely something I want to pay attention to. Okay. So there's that. We got a MACD converging here as well. So there's all the more reason for the price action to continue to increase, especially with this extra amount of money flowing into this coin. So in the last 14 candlesticks here, we've seen the price action with massive amount of volume coming back into this coin. Okay? So that leads us to believe that we're in pretty good shape, especially if you take a look at the moving average here. We're well above that. Do not trade into that. And what I mean is do not short into a high amount of volume. It's a bad call. If we look at closer time frames here as well, we can kind of see is also that a lot of the volume is accumulated at this lower price point around $70. We got a second and third amount of volume at 194, or sorry, 92 and roughly 100. So those are potential support zones. So again, the price does end up pulling back, we could very well see these levels hit. Okay, so again, volume, we lose this level, we could very well even see this range hit. Okay, so again, that's why these Fibonacci levels are so important to recognize. They're consistently tested and something that's a good thing to kind of be mindful of. Whenever I set my targets, I get the question a lot, hey, how do you set such specific targets? A lot of times, so just say, for example, we're going to short this coin, I would set a target just above a Fibonacci level here. Not at the level, because those round numbers have a tendency of getting rejected. Okay? You want to use odd numbers if you can, and make sure you jump in or set a target just below or above a key level Fibonacci retracement zone, or potentially also support and resistance levels. They're basically the same thing. That's what Fibonacci is. So again, just something to kind of think about. Last thing to summarize here with is the Ichimoku cloud. We can recognize that we are well above the cloud. I'm confident of that. In addition to the simple fact that we are also having tremendous amount of momentum, and then the lagging span's free and clear. So we got a good 12 to 24 hours before we need to worry about considering it a short. Okay. So again, try not to get super excited and say like, oh, TD sequential, we're at a point right now where the price going to pull back because it's overextended. That doesn't matter right now when it comes to a lot of volume and everything coming into the coin. Hope this makes sense. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video.